Okay, you guys, we are live, and I am honored to have one of my favorite people come and talk to us tonight about something that I feel like she has really just kind of excelled at. So if you're anything like me, hopefully you guys can still hear me. If you're anything like me, I kind of waited till the last minute to do anything with Instagram. But during that whole time, I was watching Katie strategically transfer everything to Instagram. And then it was actually one of my coaches. We were on a team call one night and she said, "What is your coach Katie doing?" And I was like, why don't we ask her? So we hopped on a call and we planned this for you guys. And I'm really excited because I feel like a lot of my coaches need to hear this, probably from somebody other than me, to be able to hear it from somebody else who knows what they're doing with Instagram, who is completely in her cold market now. Katie Kramer she's a Star Diamond coach. She is a Success Club 10 All-Star, meaning that she has been in Success Club 10 12 consecutive months. She also, she hangs out with a lot of the celebrity trainers. Like, she's friends with them. And she's friends with trainer. Like, I just feel like if you need to know something about anything, Katie knows everything about everything you need to know. So she is one of the smartest people when it comes to this business. And I loved her post earlier where it kind of told you like what her background was. It just makes sense because she's such a emerald personality where I'm not. So I have a feeling this presentation is going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm going to let her start speaking, but I'm just really excited. Thank you so much, Katie, for coming on here and just giving us your knowledge tonight. So I'm going to mute myself and you can.
Cool. Well, thank you for that intro. You're always so you really can, caress the ego and make you feel good. I like that. Thank you. But no, I'm super excited to talk about Instagram with you guys. I'm going to actually made some slides. I'm going to share them with you guys. If you know me at all, I survive on pictures and bright colors and shiny things. So that's how my presentation is geared. So I'm going to go ahead and share this now. Let me make sure I get up here to the right screen first. Please hold for a second. Oh no, where did you go? There you are. I'll get it together. I've been up since 6 a.m. You guys know what that's like for me. I'm a 6 a.m. person. Okay, let's get this going. Can everyone see? What's up? Can you see my face? Yes, okay, cool. So I wanted to, when Jess and I talked about this, I was trying to decide which direction I wanted to go with Instagram in general, because we can legit talk about Instagram for probably like 6 days straight. And I don't want to do that because you guys have things to do and so do I. But I'm going to focus mostly on what I did in the past year to use it for recruiting coaches and presenting the coaching opportunity. And I'm hoping we have some time at the end for questions. I'm sure people might have some, or we can even talk about things I don't hit on, because I want to be respectful of time and not just like keep rambling. So I'm going to go to the next screen. And I got to shout out Jess, because I am like her in the fact that I waited to the last minute with Instagram. Like, I'm one of those people that when I find something that works, I roll with it. I don't want to change it. Why reinvent the wheel? That's kind of always been my thought process. So, here I am. I'm 5.5 years into coaching now. Facebook, I've pretty much blown through every warm possible body on Facebook. Tried the likes page thing, whatever, and was still going, to Instagram. I didn't want to. Then I started to, for my personal development, dive into articles, looking at different trainings, and everyone just kept talking about it. And I realized that Facebook was now MySpace. And we all hopefully were alive during the MySpace. We know who Tom is. If you don't, we need to have a sidebar discussion. But you need to learn about the top 10 friends and the drama that caused. But that's basically where Facebook is now when you look at running a business from social media. And that's one thing when I look back on my coaching journey, I wish I would have hopped into Instagram when it first came out instead of being so reluctant to, because my business has exploded in various ways thanks to Instagram, which hopefully what I share with you today will help you. Hopefully some new things, if it's things you've heard already, well, maybe it'll just drill into your head to do it. But just to give you a little bit of an idea. So when I started the year last year, January, I came into January, I wrote it down, 748 followers on Instagram, which is nothing to be upset about. Today, I have 5481 as of this moment. Where that comes from is 100% organic. I have not spent $1 on advertising. I have not spent $1 on paying somebody to go find followers for me. That's me doing the work. That's me following up with people. That's me creating content to draw people to me. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, I don't know how to build my business, that's really what it's about. It's about that the connections and the quality. I'm one of those people that I really believe when it comes to your business, you should put money where it belongs, where it should be spent. And to me, I don't believe you should be paying somebody to do that or paying for ads. You should just be doing the work yourself. So even though I want to get to that 10,000 followers, which is my goal, I'm not going to pay someone to do it. I'm going to do it the right way. And from the people that I've added over the past year, I can tell you that has paid off for me because I've signed up some of the most amazing coaches that are truest to what I look for in a coaching team, some of the best challengers, most consistent months in my business, and it all comes from Instagram. Another just fun fact she mentioned I just hit Success Club 10 All-Star, which was my goal because I'm a Success Club 5 Legends, and you got to move up to 10, right? But the past 2 months, last month I had, I think, 16 Success Club, the month before maybe 20. Only one of those challenge packs in those 2 months came from Facebook or anything else. Everything else is from Instagram. So just know you can build a business solid from what's going on with Instagram. So again, Tom, we do not want to be there. We need to move on to Instagram. Hint, hint. Do it now. I want to talk about a couple basics really quick before we get into some things more about recruiting, because there are some basics that if you are not doing them, it is not going to work for you. And of course, it's similar things if you are still using Facebook. Now, if you are wondering if I do have a Facebook, I do. I put nothing original on it whatsoever. Everything on there is on Instagram. More stuff's on Instagram. I only keep Facebook for my groups. That's it. And if I didn't have to have those groups on there, I would probably not have it, honestly. That's how far removed I am from Facebook. But when you think back to when you created your Facebook, you want to make sure that you have a profile picture that's really reflective of you. One thing that differs from Facebook to Instagram is that you can't click on that image to scroll in. So if you have a picture of you and 12 cats, they can't scroll in and see you. You need to make sure it's clear. It shows who you are as a person, where if someone's making that snap decision, they see it and they're thinking, I need to see what's going on with her. That first look on Instagram is way more important than on Facebook because it's a much smaller scale of what they're seeing right away, as opposed to Facebook where there's all these different things. So you want to create I put a bomb profile that gives visitors a true snippet of who you are. And I think of the profile back to when I was in education, like Jess referenced earlier. I put a post up before I retired. I was to be a coach full time. I was a director at a college. So I was used to training. I was used to hiring people. And for my departments, I would always do mass hirings, which some people might not like if you've ever been through one of those. But I would bring in 30 to 40 people at a time in one room, give them 1 minute to stand up in front of everybody and tell me things about themselves in that 1 minute that would make me remember them and make me want to call them back for a second one-on-one interview. And I want you to look at your profile as that 1 minute interview. If they are coming to your page and they're looking, what do they see under your name? So if you look at mine, everything you need to know about me is right there. I'm a girl boss. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I'm 90% donut. If you know me, you know I like the donuts a lot. 10% salad because I do eat healthy once in a while. I am trying out for American Ninja Warrior, so I'm all about the extreme life. I am a makeup hoarder. My makeup room is behind me. I am a dog lover, clearly. My newest guy is right here. You might see him soon. He might pop up here. Muffin top murderer, because that's my goal with all my challengers. I'm a coffee addict, and I am a potty mouth. Sorry for those. I'll keep it clean for this call. But all those things, that's how, if somebody wanted to know about me, those are things that they can know right away to see if they want to go further and get to know me. So you want to think about that. If you have nothing underneath your name, what words describe you? What would you want somebody to know? Put that on there, because that is where they're going to get information. You can put little emojis, do whatever you want to do, but get some stuff on there that will make people want to know what's going on with you. You also want to be visually appealing. And, a lot of people, there's differing things about what's visually appealing. But for me, I'm not one of those people that can sit there and do a preset, meaning you pay for one filter and every photo is a muted black and white kind of thing. That's not me at all. I like color. So for me, my visual theme that I go with on my Instagram, and you can feel free to stalk me, I won't be upset at all, is I put everything in like a white background. So there is a white frame around everything. And that because I can't deal with the other stuff. Now you, on the other hand, might like a certain color. You might want to do the every other post is a quote or something. Take some time to really think about how you want to present yourself on there, because if someone's doing a quick scroll test, meaning they're picking up their phone and they have 1 second to see if they want to follow you, do you have enough in there to draw them to say, yes, I want to follow that person? So you make sure that your first impression is not one like, oh, that's boring, oh, whatever. You notice there's nothing in there that says anything about Beachbody whatsoever. You want to keep that lingo out of what you're doing, posts and stories and profile. But you want to make sure, again, that it's drawing people in. Super important. Now, again, I like food, so I got to go to food here. And I want you to think about your Instagram like a really big sandwich, like not, I know that we talk about the peanut butter jelly method with inviting, not like that. I'm talking like a huge, like double-decker sub from the most amazing hoagie place where you live. And why I want to give it to you that way is because a lot of people don't know where they should draw the line with how many posts they should do versus the stories and the ratio. And the way that I see it, your Instagram posts are going to be the bread. That's where everything, it needs to hold everything together. So you don't want to have just little tiny pieces of bread. No thanks. You want that thick stuff. So when you look at your Instagram posts, you want those to be substantial, purposeful, not just little tiny things. You want them to make an impact, to make somebody go, I want to know more about this. And then the meat of everything that you're doing, you want to put it in your Instagram story. If any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I post a ton on social, the stories. Like, I mean, there's a good million. I did like 7 before I even sat down to do this call, just from the seat. I just put a ton of stuff there because you want to have everything in there, the behind the scenes, the nitty gritty, all the good stuff, the meat and all the cheese that you would have in your sandwich. That's the real stuff that people want to see. Yeah, it's cool to do those curated posts where they're beautiful and you're posed and you've got the perfect wording. But what about the rest of the stuff where, like, I put one up there right before I did this call, my diffuser spit up all over me. I look like I peed my pants. I wanted to show the people, like, this is me. I'm leading a team call right now and I look like I peed my pants. Feel free to look at it. I'm not lying. People want to see if your kids are acting up or your house is a mess. That's where you put those things. And you share all the behind the scenes stuff of coaching. So you need to make sure that you've got everything, because if not, it's not a good sandwich. I hope you think about sandwiches moving forward whenever you go to your Instagram. I mean, I'm hungry, so that's why I got to reference it. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm focusing mostly on coaching here with how I present the coaching opportunity on Instagram. We can talk about other stuff, different time if you have other questions. But when I came in 2018, I really wanted to look at how I was signing up coaches, because I signed up a lot last year. Every year I've been a coach, I signed up a lot of coaches. But a lot of them ended up being more discount driven or hobby, where here I am pushing for a superstar diamond team. I wanted people that wanted to run with me that speed. And I'm thinking, why am I getting all these discount coaches? And here it was how I was wording and how I was presenting, or the lack of presentation that was happening. So what I realized was I needed to focus more on quality as opposed to quantity, and focus on a couple main things. So if you ever look at my posts in regards to coaching, and these are just a couple ones I threw up here, you want to always have diversity with your posts. And the way I see it is you kind of need to be a little bit obnoxious. And obnoxious might not be a good word, but it's one that, like, my success partner and I keep using. We need to be more obnoxious, meaning in your face about it. Because think about something you really, really love. For me, again, it's donuts. I really like them. I never feel bad posting a picture with a donut or a recipe or telling you to go here. I could post 1 million of those and I'm going to feel bad. So why would I feel bad about talking about something that I love just as much, that's changed my life more and didn't make me gain weight like a donut did? Why would I not want to present that the same way, in that same obnoxious, in-your-face fashion? So think about something in your life that you really love, that is like, ride or die favorite thing. And you need to have that same enthusiasm for talking about the coaching opportunity, that same excitement that you would have for that. I think someone's asking a question at the same time. I'll get the chat afterwards. I don't know, so that way I can talk. I hit with the diversity of my posts when it comes to coaching. I hit 4 main areas with these topics. And these are things that you can either use these same 4, or maybe you want to find 4 other ways to talk about the coaching opportunity. The first one, and my favorite to talk about, if you follow me on anything, you know I talk about a lot, addressing objections. I love nothing more than someone that says to me, oh, that's not a real job. Oh, that shake is dumb. Whatever. I get them all the time from random haters and people that I know. And I love to do nothing more than to debunk those. So you'll see a lot of posts like this one with me eating the French fries, because I did go and supersize it that day. I didn't even feel bad about it. That's what this is about, being a real coach, a real person of balance that's not just sitting there judging people that are, not eating a salad 4 times a day. I hit those objections because I know the people I want on my team are like me, and they're not perfect, and they don't want to be in any way, shape, or form. So if you ever have a hater, somebody come at you saying things, or, Instagram could be a troll that you don't even know posting. My method, the next day I'm posting something to debunk whatever they said. And then I know if one person thinks it, maybe somebody else does. So you'll see posts about objection. The bottom left, me on the phone with the pink background, that's my story. I like to share how this came to be for me, how I made this work. A little bit about my story for those that don't know. When I started this business, I actually signed up as a coach drunk. I didn't know I did it. I was a raging alcoholic at the time. I was a mess. I had gained 70 pounds. I just got out of a really bad relationship, and I was a director at a college. I was working 70 plus hours a week. I literally had every excuse for everything why this was not going to work, and fully expected to quit my first challenge group. I didn't. I lost 67.5 pounds, was put in the T25 infomercial, and realized really quickly that there was something to this that I wanted to share. And those are things that when you look at it, you're like, okay, why would you ever want to leave that? I have a master's degree. I had student loans. I've been doing this for 15 years in higher education. Why? That's what people want to know. Is that part of it? Why would they want to leave what they may be loving or spent money on an education for, whatever? That's your story. And you need to share that over and over and over in different ways and different snippets, so people can maybe look at that and say, oh my gosh, if she did that, I can too. So that's one of the other forms of posts I do, is just sharing why this is working for me and why I love it. The upper photo, which if you look closely, you'll see your fearless leader Jess in the front, right after she gave birth to the baby, is talking about the cool things. I call them FOMO posts, the fear of missing out. And you guys have probably heard that before. People see something, they want to be a part of it, and they don't want to miss out on it. So for here, I'm talking about planning my next diamond retreat and different things, and new coach mentorship. There's lots of posts I'll do like this, things with our Success Club trips, even the cool swag we get, because you never know what's going to motivate somebody. So I want people to know the potential that's out there. I love the trips we've gone on. If you've never gone on a Beachbody Success Club trip or anything, guys, when you go on them, you're going to see, you want everybody on there, all your friends, all your team. They're amazing. Like Beachbody does nothing but put you over the top as far as accommodations and things that you do. And some people may never have the opportunity to travel like that. So it's cool to be able to have them a part of it. I want them a part of it. I want to talk about it. I want people to know it's there. And then the last kind of post that I'll do is a blatant invite post, which this bottom one you can see. I'm looking for 8 motivated but badass boss babes. Sorry, I cussed. I said I wouldn't, but sorry, it's in the post. Straight up call to action posts. I'm looking for these people. If this sounds like you, we need to talk. Kind of driving more of attention to what I'm doing. Not as the other ones are a little more subtle. Then this one is a little bit more direct. Those are the 4 kind of posts you're always going to see when it comes to my coaching. I try to talk about coaching every single day in some aspect. You'll see a lot of it. And I'm just talking posts. Of course, my stories are all about it. But different things motivate different people. So you need to have some that are more serious, some that are more playful, different kind of graphics, variety, colors, all of that stuff. Here's where I'm going to say something that maybe other people will disagree with. I don't do any cold invites whatsoever. 0. My invitations to challenge groups, to coaching, to anything, my conversations come from whoever likes any of these posts, and then my stories, which we'll get to in a second. I don't sit there and say, I need to make 25 invites today. I'm going to just message anybody that's anybody in my friends list. I just don't do that. That's not my style. If you liked this, I'm going to message you and I want to talk to you. I want to see what's going on. Why did you like it? What's up? Are you interested? And then go from there. Of course, if you need to do cold invites, knock yourself out if you like those. For me, that just is, I just don't feel like it's genuine coming from me that way. Whoops, let's hit this again so I can go to the next one. Okay, Instagram stories. Oh, look, it's Murphy. He made an appearance. He had to because I have him shut out of the room because he's being psycho today. Instagram stories are by far, if you ask me one thing to build your business, that's what you need to do. If you're not using them, if you're scared, stop it right now. Promise me, pinky promise me, right now, you're going to go start using these for so many reasons. This is just like a gold mine for everything for your business. I posted here, this actually I put up this morning, a couple of things that I do on my Instagram stories. You're going to see lots of craziness there. There's a lot of dogs. There's a lot of eating, whatever. But I talk about coaching pretty much all day long, different aspects, different things, behind the scenes, whatever. And in the beginning, if you're brand new to Instagram and you're just coming into this and you're thinking, I don't know what to post. Well, there's a lot of great options in Instagram stories, which like one of them's a poll. One of them's a question. You can say, guys, what do you want to see more posts of? I put this up yesterday. I had over 70 responses back. I want to see more donuts. I want to hear more about your crazy neighbors. I want to know more about meal planning. Guess what? There's my content coming up for posts. So if you don't know where to start, ask your people. The ones that are paying attention to you are going to answer, and then you're just going to go ahead and address those in posts and stories. Share everything in Instagram stories, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm really huge on not just sharing the highlight reel that is not realistic, and I'm sure you've heard that before. You've got to share all the things, things that make you laugh, things that make you cry, things that make you a real human being. But what will help you with Instagram stories is finding a few consistent stories that you share every single day. This one right here is one of mine, this post with Murphy. Every day I will post today's agenda. And I do that because, number one, it's a list. I like to make lists. I'm crazy like that. But I want people to see that I do things besides Beachbody. But also, sometimes I don't get them done. Like tonight, after this, I'll cross some of these off. Some of them I haven't done yet. But I want people to see it's okay if you don't do those. But it's realistic and also the fun part of it. So I just post it on there so people can see what I'm doing. Oh, maybe they're curious about this team call I'm leading for Jessica Lauder. What is Stan Hewitt? What is this? You know, it makes them ask questions, but they're engaging with me. So this is one thing I do every single day just to kind of keep myself in check, keeps me on track with what I want to do, but it's also sharing with people what I'm doing. Besides that, if you watch my Instagram stories, every day you're going to see me before my workout, and I'm going to do it here in a little bit because I haven't worked out yet. I hate myself for it. I go downstairs, I mix my unicorn blood, aka my pre-workout Energize, on my camera so they know I'm getting ready to work out and they want to know what that gold stuff is I'm making. Every day I do that. And then every day I post something at the end of the workout. Could be me feeling like garbage, talking about it, posting a song, posting a move, posting the dogs, something to show I've done it. Those are my 3 every single day as far as my consistent. Every other day, I post some kind of call to action in my stories asking people to do something. And I'm going to walk you through one I put up last week, and it's one of my favorite ones. What I do is I create these, and I keep them on my phone, so I reuse them. I'm not going to make new ones every time. I have probably 6 different versions of what I'm about to show you next that draw people in. And you can also put these in your highlights. You can put them wherever you want to. But let me show you what I'm talking about with call to actions. This is one that I put up. Now pretend like you're just scrolling through. Each one of these is one screen on my Instagram story. The point of this is to be conversational because, again, people are watching you, and the people that are watching you, these are the people that you want to engage with. These are the people that I'm engaging with. You are talking about things. You're using words, language, things about you. So the first one's like, hey, have you thought about earning extra income? There, I'm piquing some curiosity. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they don't know they can make income from what I'm doing. Cool. The next one, that's my very first transformation from T25. I use different transformations because I've had a lot over the 5 years. But I want people to know that maybe their health is a mess and they need some help. So then, someone's thinking, maybe I could do that in my first boot camp too. So I'm hitting those people. Then I go to the people that are already healthy. They just want to stay on a healthy path. That's hitting my people that are already working out, that are in the gym, that are fitness instructors. I'm trying to hit every single hot button I can with these call to action coaching posts, because who knows who's going to come and say, I want to do this. Who knows? Those are the first 3. Moving on. Maybe you've got a goal. Put up a goal of your own. Mine is to get into these fun sequin pants that I'm going to get into really soon. I'm this close. Maybe it's just to travel anywhere. A lot of people like to travel. Again, maybe they can't do it. It's about being goofy. If you're on my team, you know I am a big goof. And I want people to know that they don't have to have that perfect prim and proper lifestyle. I want them to know that we're a mess and we make dumb faces. I do it all the time. Probably did it 90% of the time of this call. Sorry in advance for that. But it's about balance. Clearly I like pizza. I found a mural. I wanted to share that. But it's also about friendship. And a lot of people come to this opportunity because they don't have any friends. Or as an adult, they've maybe lost their friends because their friends became moms. They don't have time for them or something. They might want to have new people in their life. Maybe they're thinking I need to make that extra money and all I have is a cell phone. Guys, my first 2 years in the business, I use my cell phone 99% of the time. So I want people to know you can definitely do this from home using a cell phone. Again, with a crazy face. Crazy faces take you a long way. That's my secret to success. Or maybe they just want to work at home, you know? And I threw out there something that hits my avatar. Great if you hate wearing pants, but love working with dogs. Because again, I'm making a joke. I don't have to wear pants. It's part of a dress code. I don't have to worry about a dress code here. Maybe you want to be your own superhero. You want to help people feel good. You want to inspire people. Awesome. Maybe you're the kind of person that needs the recognition, that maybe has missed it their entire life. They can be recognized with Beachbody. They need to know that. That's important. Again, these are all just slides. You're clicking through my story. You're hitting one after another. Maybe you want to hang with the celebrity people and stuff. Some people might be really excited about that. Or you might just need to work on yourself. You're going through a rough time. That personal development, that's important. This last slide here with some of my team members, I want people to know everybody can do this. Different goals, different ages, different fitness levels. You got this. If you want to do it, you can make it work. And we got proof. My team is so eclectic. We're like a bunch of misfits. And that's what's great about it. Anybody can do this. I want to talk to you with opportunity. I throw it out there. I want to talk to you. That way they feel like you're talking to them personally. And then I throw a little bit of my story in there. It retired me. And now I live a life of freedom that I always wanted. Because there's nothing greater than being able to do what you want, that you love, whenever you want to. It's great. So join us. Work out with us. There's room for everybody. I want people to know that everyone can do this. Again, I want to hit that home in their head that they can make this work. And the last two slides, let's travel together. Yeah, that was from one of the Success Club cruises. That was in the Bahamas, actually. And in the last slide, there's your call to action. Click it. Yes, 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 or I'm thinking about it. There's never a no option. Yes, maybe, whatever. Those are the people I'm messaging. Guys, of all the coaches I've signed up in the past couple months, only one has come from Facebook. She's on this call, Chris. And that's because I knew Chris from before. She was a coach previously. Everyone else is from Instagram. People that followed me, liked one of these stories, asked to be in a sneak peek, some kind of call to action. So don't discredit that people aren't watching the stories, because people are. And the people that are making time to go through 18 slides of yours on the story, they want to know more. Trust that. So a couple final thoughts, but then we can talk about questions. I see there's some chats, and I want to make sure I answer whatever they are. These are the final thoughts, like with Maury Povich. You need to speak to your avatar. And if you are a newer coach, you've never done the avatar activity, I'm sure Jess has a training on it. I can share stuff with you. You want to know who that person is that you are talking to. You're not talking to everybody. One of my favorite quotes, if you don't follow Jasmine Star, she's like a great social media guru. One of the quotes she said that I always think of is, your posts are meant to attract and repel at the same time. You're attracting the people you want, you're repelling the people you don't want. And if you're appealing to everybody, you're not doing it right. So you need to think about who it is you want to be posting to. If it is the dog moms that don't like to wear pants, that like to eat donuts and say the F word more than they should, cool. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's a single mom. Maybe it's something, whatever. Think about it. Definitely reach out to Jess if you've never done an avatar. Once you have your avatar, make hashtags. I've experimented back and forth with hashtags. What gets me more followers? It's pretty much even. So sometimes I use hashtags, sometimes I don't. But in the beginning, I use them constantly. What I do in my phone, in my notes section of my phone, I have a hashtag section where I just can copy and paste right away. And when I look at these things, they're things like donuts are my weakness, girl boss, those kind of basic things. I mean, you can have whatever you want on there, but work from home, share your sparkle, Cleveland girl, I'm from Cleveland. Lashionista, I wear lashes every day. Think about the things that make you you. Use those, copy and paste them. I can always share these if you want to see them. It helps, trust me. Geotag absolutely every single Instagram story you put up. You know all those slides I just showed you? Every single one of them had a geotag in there. You didn't see it because if you tap on it, it goes to translucent, and then you just pinch them with your fingers, and it becomes so small, people think it's just a line in the sky. I tag everything. I tag, right now I'm hitting up London quite a bit because I'm trying to get more in the UK and Canada. But you could put in your hometown, you can go to bigger cities, geotag everything because people will be looking at your story more. And if it's a bigger area, you have no clue who's going to come to you from there. Follow up with everybody that's liking those coaching posts or watching those coaching stories. Even if there's not a call to action, you just say, hey, whatever. Hey, Jess, thanks so much for watching my story. Sometimes I think nobody pays attention to what I do. I love that you're watching it. What kind of stuff do you like to see? You're starting a conversation. You're thanking them for watching it. They feel good. Conversations happen. Do that within 24 hours. Don't let it go because those stories disappear. I screenshot my stories for every call to action, so I follow up with those people and make sure I don't lose it. But the most important final thing is that last thing. You need to start forgetting about the likes. Who cares? I used to care more about the likes than I did the quality. That went back to the quantity thing. Because I'm thinking, oh, if 200 people are liking this, man, I'm going to get something from it. People are going to convert. No, that's not how it works. Because they're not always quality people. I would rather have 10 quality likes than 100 non-quality follows and random likes on things. So don't worry about that. Focus on the content of what you're putting in there. And just really work at talking to that avatar. One last thing, and I'll say this and then we'll go for real. I plan my content out, and I just did a team call with my team a couple weeks back about this. On Sundays, I sit down, I create a plan for the week for those purposeful posts, because I want my Instagram stories to be off the cuff, to be random, to be real life, real time. I don't want those, I mean, other than obviously those call to action ones you saw that I already saved in my phone, the behind the scenes stuff, I don't want to be sharing workout clips from a week ago. I want it to be that day. It's important for me that when you watch my Instagram story, you see my workout outfit is the same as in my post. So I'm not lying about it. You know, I want it to be real. But I will sit down for those purposeful posts when it comes to coaching with my team photos or whatever. I want those to really speak from the heart. And I don't want those to be, you know, taken the wrong way or missing an important sentence or something. So I'll sit down on Sunday. I have a Google Doc that I put them in. I used to write them all down in a notebook, plan it out. That way I know I have some purposeful things for that bread in the sandwich that I'm going to build up with everything in my stories, but I have in there legit content. It really helps. That's all I have to say for that. Is everyone sleeping? No. I'm going to stop sharing because I want to read the chats because there are some chats. And then I do have an assignment for you before we're done. Don't let me forget the assignment. Let's see the chat. I don't know what's going on. Kate, I should have known you comment on the fries. I should have known. Okay. Nothing question-wise in the chat. What questions do you guys have or things that I didn't talk about? Because, again, we could talk about so much stuff. But I want to make sure that if you have questions, we talk a little more.
I'm really
driving, so I don't know if you can hear me that well.
I can hear whoever that is. I don't know who it is, but.
So I have so many people on my Instagram that are bond consultants, and they sell Rosanna Fields, like all the other things like we sold on Instagram, and they're posting like, do you want to make it extra money? Do you want to be part of my 30-day group? All those things. So how did we make our posts stand out to show that we're selling something that's different, not just another quote-unquote pyramid scheme that we're trying to sell to people?
I think the biggest thing you can do is just be more authentic with your posts and make it real coming from you. I'll post like one challenge group invite, like an actual challenge group, like picture for the theme. Everything else is why I love the groups, why this is working, why this happened for me. Shout out to my challengers, whatever. It's all going back to the 4 vitals and me talking about it. It's not blasting it in a salesy way. I never feel salesy one day in this business with what I do. If I would post like that, I would. So if you are seeing that, number one, they're doing it wrong. But just use that as motivation to not post like that. So yeah, you want to do maybe you want to lead a 30-day challenge. Why? What are your goals? How did the last challenge work for you? What do you love about it? Who would be great doing it? You know, think about your avatar, your niche market, target those people in that post. And it's okay if those people are following you. I've got a lot of people from others. I mean, people keep trying to come after me from different MLMs, and I just shut them down quick. But you can follow me. You're getting me one closer to 10,000. Kudos to you. But you don't want to post like that. That's not going to get people to like you. Just be authentic. Well, there's a baby on. Chrissy's got the baby. What else? Anything else we didn't chat about that we need to?
So I'm glad, can you all hear me? Am I unmuted? So I'm glad that you brought up the not doing cold invites anymore. And that's something that I think we were trained to do in the past. And I think that has really, because there's so many multi-level marketing companies that are training that way, that's another way that we can look different. But your prospects, just like Katie said, should come from your posts that you do. So the likes that you get and the comments that you get are immediate, like opening a door for you to contact or to message them. But I'm glad that you said it. Not a lot of people do come out and say that, but that's something that I just had not felt comfortable doing in a long time, because that's what turns people off. I'm in a lot of Lululemon groups. I love the brand or the clothing, but they are constantly knocking on multi-level marketing companies and annoyed by, they literally copy, like they screenshot people's posts and the things that they like come at them with. And it's so crazy, because I feel like people are still being trained that way. And so I want our teams not to do that, not to be the one that people are talking about in a negative way, but that it really is true and authentic. And then also what Katie says, get your content, ask them what they want to see. What are the things that you're good at? What are the things that you know that you could literally do a free group on? And P.S., speaking of free groups, we were talking about this at our retreat. Last thing I'll say, and then you guys can ask questions, but we were talking about this at our retreat with one of the corporate guys, Doug, but he just said, your free groups need to be about stuff like your content comes from Google. If you don't feel like you have anything to offer anybody, go and just like Google, the 5 easiest crock pot recipes or whatever it is. But there always is content that you can come up with. You just may like have a brain freeze, but it's just Google it. Google what it is, and then put it on a pretty graphic and do a free group. And that's going to get your market to start trusting you when you start giving them free content. Because you'll see Shalene Johnson and all of the people that give free this. They're constantly throwing free stuff at you. And then at the end of their free stuff, they say, but if you want to take this a step further, if you really want the accountability for 30 days or whatever, if you really want my one-on-one coaching, then this is your next step. That's kind of how, how they're doing that. So
yeah, you definitely want to have some kind of free thing going on to give them the taste.
Exactly.
And like I said, build the trust. A lot of people, you've got to think of it, and like what you were saying too about those people in those posts. Think about how you would feel if someone came at you that way. Because I know what I would be like. No, I don't even care how great it is. If you come at me that way, no, thank you. So always put yourself in the shoes of the person that's receiving what you're sending. But when you look at the things like the free groups and that, you've got to look at, a lot of people probably have been exposed to somebody who was salesy or sleazy or made them feel weird. And they're probably thinking, Beachbody. But they like you and they're like, I'm kind of curious. And that's a great way to transition them, to show them not everybody is like that. Every business out there, whether it be Beachbody, Starbucks, Target, any of those, is going to have people that aren't good at what they do and that give them a bad name. You just have to work really hard to show them that it's not like that, and give them something to show them that. That's what free groups are about. Anything else you want to talk about? Everyone looks like they're deep in thought. I didn't tell you anything that mind-blowing. But I do want you to do a call to action. I always give a call to action because that's the inner teacher in me. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to all take a screenshot of our faces right now. Nicely. So get yourself ready after I finish telling you what we're going to do. And then you are going to post tonight, not sitting on it because you don't need to sit on things. Post while it's hot. Why you love this community. How this community has changed you. Do that. I want you to tag me, and I'm going to send one of you a nice little prize. It's a wonderful little journal that you can, it says she believes she could. Well, she could, so she did. But inside, this is actually, I started with this when it came to content planning. I had one similar because all the days are in there. But you can also use this to keep track of your contacts, your gratitude, whatever. But I want you to get it out there because you should be doing this at the end of every single post or call. Some kind of post like, yeah, I put one of these every time I do a call with any of my coaches. They know, Kate knows especially. I usually get them when they're like making a face, but this is fun about it. So let's all make a smiley, nice face, okay? Are we ready? Everyone get that baby smiling over there, Chrissy. Smile. Yes. So do that. Post it. Speak from the heart. Don't use any words, beach body, whatever. Just talk about why you're happy you did this. And trust me, that is what's going to start getting believers in you. So I hope the training helped.